Welcome to Only True Crime, a channel dedicated to telling the stories that can't be ignored. Here, we focus on real cases, real victims, and the unanswered questions left behind. These are stories of lives interrupted, families searching for truth, and justice that often comes too late or not at all. Viewer discretion is advised. London Ryan Thomas was born on May 10, 2007, in Detroit, Michigan, a city that would one day rally together in heartbreak for her. She was the daughter of Jasmine Bennett and Cedric Salisbury. Though her parents separated shortly after her birth, London never lacked love. Her mother later remarried Darnell Johnson, and together, the adults in her life formed a strong, protective circle around her. From the beginning, London was surrounded by stability, care, and affection. Those closest to her often said she was raised with deep emotional support and strong values. Family members remember her home as one filled with laughter, conversation, and constant reassurance. Love was not something London had to search for. It was something she grew up wrapped in. As she grew older, London's personality became impossible to miss. She was vibrant, warm, and full of life. Her cousin, Danielle Douglas, described her as someone with a bright spirit, loving, caring, and overflowing with energy. She had a way of lighting up rooms without trying, always laughing, always moving, always making others feel seen. London shared an especially deep bond with her father, Cedric. They spoke almost every day. To him, she wasn't just his daughter, she was his best friend. He often said their connection was inseparable. He described London as kind-hearted and talented, someone who stayed grounded despite her big personality. She's a good kid, he said. She's down to earth. Everybody loves her. London attended Beach Elementary School and later Hilbert Middle School, where teachers and classmates alike remembered her for her easy smile. She had the kind of smile that invited conversation, the kind that made people feel comfortable right away. Intelligent and hardworking, London took pride in being responsible. Despite her young age, she often held a job, determined to earn her own money and stand on her own feet. She had dreams, too. London loved music and had a growing interest in hairstyling. She practiced constantly, often doing family members' hair just because she wanted to help. Her aunt, Connie Ford, remembered her as naturally selfless. If someone needed something, anything, London was already stepping in. If your hair wasn't done, she'd do it for you, her aunt said. She was just a good kid. Nowhere was London's affection more visible than in her relationship with her grandmother, Justina Martin. London would call her grandmother just to say she loved her. No reason, no special occasion. Justina cherished those calls. Her home was filled with photographs of London, reminders of a granddaughter who brought her endless joy. Just days before London disappeared, Justina gave her $20 for pizza. It was a small, ordinary moment, one of thousands they had shared. At the time, she had no way of knowing it would be the last interaction she would ever have with her granddaughter. At 17 years old, London was navigating young adulthood, and with that came complicated choices. She had been in a relationship with Jalen Pendergrass, a man nearly 6 years older than her. From the start, her family disapproved. They begged her to leave him, warning her repeatedly that something wasn't right. London resisted for months, but eventually, their words began to sink in late March or early April. Just weeks before her high school graduation, London finally ended the relationship. It was a turning point, one that should have marked a new beginning. But instead, it marked the beginning of the end. In the early morning hours of April 5th, at approximately 4 a.m., London asked her sister for a ride. She wanted to be dropped off on the 27200 block of Carroll Street near Inkster Road in Inkster, Michigan, an area disturbingly close to her ex-boyfriend's home. Her sister drove her there, watched her step out of the car, and then drove away. That was the last time anyone in her family would see London alive. Why she went there remains a mystery. What mattered was what followed. Silence. As the hours passed, calls went unanswered. Messages went undelivered. London's sister felt a growing knot of fear in her stomach. Later that same day, she reported London missing to Inkster police. The following day, London's mother filed a second missing person report with Detroit police. She knew something was wrong. London never disappeared without telling someone. She never went a full day without speaking to her sisters. Never. We haven't talked to her. We haven't seen her. We know nothing, her mother said. This is not like her. Cedric felt the same dread. I'm her best friend, he told the media. She calls me for everything. I haven't heard from her. I know something's not right. Soon, another chilling discovery surfaced that London's phone was on a family plan and relatives were able to see its last known location. According to her grandmother, the phone last pinged near Cooper Elementary School in Westland, Michigan, nearly 6 miles from where London had been dropped off. The school sat beside a cemetery, a trailer park, and residential neighborhoods. Behind were tall trees, overgrown brush, and shadowed areas where anything could happen unnoticed. As fear grew, so did the search. Inkster police were soon joined by Detroit police, Michigan State Police, and eventually the FBI. London's family plastered flyers across neighborhoods, near the drop-off point, and around the school where her phone last pinged. They spoke to the media again and again, pleading for her safe return. They were careful not to accuse anyone publicly. Nobody has accused anybody of anything, her stepfather, Darnell Johnson, said. We just want her home. But behind closed doors, their fear had a direction. Police confirmed that London had been at her ex-boyfriend Jalen Pendergrass's residence in the early morning hours of April 5th. Jalen and his mother, Charlotte Pendergrass, were questioned. Both denied involvement. Charlotte claimed she saw London leave the house that night. Later, investigators determined that statement was false. On April 17th, nearly 2 weeks after London vanished, police executed a search warrant at the Pendergrass home. Authorities publicly acknowledged they were investigating possible foul play and had 2 persons of interest. As days turned into weeks, hope began to fade. On April 26th, nearly 3 weeks after London was last seen, investigators made a devastating discovery. Her decomposing body was found inside an SUV parked in a driveway in Southfield, Michigan. A tip had led police there, one that revealed Charlotte Pendergrass had asked someone to help move a sealed plastic container weeks earlier. That container had been placed inside the vehicle. London's remains were taken to the Oakland County Medical Examiner's office. The autopsy revealed she died from asphyxia. Her death was ruled a homicide. Any remaining hope of finding London alive was gone. Her family gathered for a candlelight vigil, surrounded by grief and unanswered questions. Cedric stood among loved ones, his voice breaking as he begged for justice. I need answers, he said. I have no answers. On May 10th, 2025, the day London should have turned 18, her family instead buried her. The same day her mother had given her life was now the day she had to say goodbye. Rather than allowing grief to consume the day, they chose to honor London's life. At Claude Allison Park, friends and family gathered to celebrate who she was. Ice cream was shared. Photos were displayed. Laughter mixed with tears. For a moment, her presence felt close, but the pain remains. London Thomas was a daughter, a sister, a granddaughter, a friend, a girl full of love and promise. And her family continues to wait for justice, holding tightly to her memory, refusing to let her story fade, as of now. This case remains ongoing, and all individuals involved are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But one truth remains undeniable. London Thomas deserved to live, to graduate, to turn 18, and to have a future. Her family deserves answers, and they deserve justice. We will continue to follow this case and honor London by keeping her story alive. If you take anything away from this story, let it be London's name. Say it, remember it, share it, because remembering her is one way to ensure she is never forgotten. Justice begins with awareness, and London Thomas deserves both. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to get more videos like this. Thank you for watching.